Good morning, everyone. My name is Arna Masoa. Today we're going to talk about debating. What is debate? Debate is a process that involves formal discussion on a particular topic. In a debate, opposing arguments are put forward to argue for opposing viewpoints. Debate occurs in public meetings, academic institutions, and legislative assemblies. It is a formal type of discussion, often with a moderator and an audience, in addition to the debate participant. Talking about speaker rules. As we know, debating is a team sport. We must work together when preparing our case during the debate. Each speaker within the team has a certain role to play. It is important that each speaker understand and fulfill their roles. Speaker rules might sound a bit restrictive, but they help the debate run smoothly and clearly so that everyone in the room understands what the debate is about and what each team stands for. In each team, there are two teams of 3 speakers. The teams which argues for the topic is called affirmative. The teams arguing against the topic is called negative. Each speaker speaks once for the defined period. The order of speaker is the first affirmative, first negative, and second affirmative, second negative, third affirmative, and third negative. Following this speech final, the debating components is done, and the educator takes time to give the feedback and the awards the win. Next is first affirmative. What is first affirmative and his role? The first affirmative role is to set out their team interpretation of the topic, like contention, team, case, defines the topic, outline the team split, and represent the argument. Now, as I said before, the first task of the first affirmative is to define the topic. The definition specifies important issues and contention and places boundaries on the issue that can be argued in the debate. Certain words will have multiple meanings. The definition should note the meaning of the key words in the topic. The definition of the words do not need to be dictionary definition or quote directly from the dictionary. For example, if the topic was that we should ban junk foods in school, the words which are bridge and may need definition are we, junk food, and school. Now defining we says who or where the topic applies. Second, defining school says what is being impacted. Is it primary or secondary school or both? The third is defining junk foods. Defining junk foods notes the subject, and it can be used to include certain food or exclude certain food. However, as there is a common sense understanding of what junk food is, it can be fine just to say junk food if the affirmative teams wants. The words in the topic like that should ban and in don't require definition as they are not the issue of the contention. The definition can be short and to the point. Using the sample topic, the first affirmative could define the topic in their speech as we define the topic to mean that Indonesian or Australia should ban junk foods from all schools, both primary and secondary. Now let's move to the next, which is team splits. It is essential to let the audience know early on the debate exactly which way your team will be heading and the approach they will be taking to the debate. The split introduces the first and the second speaker and notes what their arguments will be. The next is present argument. Present argument. First and second speaker and both teams present arguments. The argument said by the first speaker should be different and not overlap. with the arguments of the second speaker. This argument should be supporting the theme, contention, or like agreeing or disagreeing with the topic. The first affirmative should present the arguments allocated to the first speaker. The last is the present argument. The first and the second speaker of both teams present arguments. The arguments said by the first speaker should be different and not overlap with the arguments of the second speaker. The argument should be supporting your team contention, like agreeing or disagreeing with the topic. The first negative should present the argument allocated to the first speaker. I think that's all I can give to you, and I think that's all I can say about debating. Thank you so much.